Here's your daily reminder that the Democrat Party and woke corporations think black people and brown people are too stupid or too helpless to have a photo ID to vote. Hello once again, all my fellow patriots and you filthy leftist stalkers out there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela Box. You're watching Angela's Soapbox, where I always say what you are thinking. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, liking or rumbling this video, commenting on this video, and of course sharing this video, especially with your filthy leftist friends, because they truly hate my guts. And for me, that's a badge of honor. Those astute observers will notice that I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore in yesterday's video. That was because I'm filming it back to back. Because no podcast this week, so I want to get my thoughts out on this BLM, a.k.a. BM resurgence after the acquittal of Daniel Penny. So let's discuss sea turtle killing plastic straw. BM trying to get the old gang back together, all the band back together. I don't think it's gonna work this time. Okay. Okay. So after Daniel Penny was acquitted, which this man should never have been charged with anything. He's a hero. He's a hero that stopped a violent vagrant who's on drugs and who was tormenting and torturing the residents of New York City. I was reading an article from City Journal by Heather McDonald, who is so brilliant. And she basically pointed out that, you know, and Elon Musk has pointed this out too, the issues that they're not really homeless. Calling them homeless people is not really the whole picture. Most of these people have mental illnesses or on drugs or both. So it's a very, you know, petri dish cauldron of angst and you know, everything can be blown up. Heather McDonald pointed out that the violence of these homeless, mentally ill, drug addict vagrants are causing in New York City. Like, people are terrified to walk down the streets because they're getting beaten to death, stabbed to death, pushed in front of subway cars. Like, this is not, this Jordan Neely kid was not an isolated incident. And in fact, he was one of the, I think, top 20 most violent offenders, vagrants in New York City. Like, this guy was on city officials' radar. Like, they knew who this guy was. They offered him treatment. They offered him, you know, he attacked someone, assaulted someone like a year prior. They took him to court. They offered him treatment. They offered him a place to stay as a plea agreement. He agreed to it and then left after 13 days. Like, this guy was just a mentally ill drug addict, okay? Schizophrenic drug addict. And mental illness is no joke. And we need to take that more seriously. And I hope that President Trump does that, and I think Kennedy will help him shine a spotlight on that, and let's help these people so they're not out on the streets tormenting and torturing other citizens. But we've gone from a society that basically values resilience and self-determination and rugged masculinity, those qualities that made this country what it is and made Western civilization what it is, to a society that values like antisocial behavior, violence, grievances, and, you know, sticking it to the man, for lack of a better word, above all else. And of course, after the acquittal of Daniel Penny, I love that he looked so happy and so free, and thank God, this was not a situation like a Derek Chauvin situation. And I know some of you are like, oh, Derek Chauvin murdered George Floyd. No, he did not, okay? He put his knee on his neck and he smirked into a camera. That's why the man is in prison for the rest of his life. And because of the George Floyd insanity that we all experienced in 2020, that's why he's in jail for the rest of his life. And thank God that era has passed. But, you know, BLM, BM, they're trying to grift and get the band back together. As I said, there were protests in New York the night before, and they're all, you know, they're the same people. They're all Antifa. They're all, you know, the lunatics that have been occupying campuses for the last 6 months, for the last year, since October 7th. It's the same people. They're wearing masks. They're wearing, like, you know, Arab scarves. Like, it's like, boring. But the problem is these people aren't just boring. They are dangerous. They are dangerous. And they're trying to gin up some sort of a reaction nationwide before Trump comes into office. I mean, and also look at what Joe Biden is doing. He's trying to start World War III. Like, they're doing so much to get your eyes off what the evil things they are doing. And if anyone thinks that BM resurgence right now is some sort of organic thing, like, I don't think so. Again, it's the same organized chaos that the deep state always does. But again, I don't think it's gonna. It's not landing like it did in 2020. Certainly, if Senator Kneepads had won the election, which, by the way, have y'all seen this heifer lately? She's like drunk as a skunk, like in every video that she posts. Like, lady, get some help. Anyway, if she had won the election, or if they had stolen the election and she had been the one that was going to be installed, and we have more of Biden everything, I don't think that Daniel Penny would have been found not guilty. Like, I think that it would have been the opposite. And if he had been found not guilty, I think that the riots on the streets would be immediate. It would be like 2020 all over again. But they know they can't. They know they can't because the American people are not behind it. There's no celebrities putting black scars on their Instagram and saying, I take responsibility for being white. I mean, there's not that level of cope that's going on anymore. So I am thankful that Daniel Penny is now jubilant. I am thankful that Daniel Penny is saying, I wouldn't have been able to live with myself had I not done that, because this man was threatening other passengers, and he was threatening, like, to kill people. Like, what is a masculine alpha male supposed to do? Like, he did what all those other men on the subway should have done a long time ago. And I'm not saying to kill him, because Daniel Penny did not kill Jordan Neely. He subdued Jordan Neely until the police arrived. But that's what all these men should have been doing on the subways of New York. So let that be a lesson to you, men. It's time to take back your cojones, and it's time to stand up for your fellow citizens when psychotic, vagrant, sociopath, drug addicts, whatever, infringe on other people's constitutional rights, to just sit there and not be bothered. Like, you all should have been stepping up to deal with this man a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, but you didn't. And that's why the man is dead today, because nobody dealt with it, and nobody put their foot down and said, you know what, we're not going to make excuses because he's black and homeless and schizophrenic. No, we're going to make sure he's in a confined treatment center, mental health facility, to keep the rest of us safe. And that's what needs to be happening around the country with these homeless vagrants, these schizophrenics. Y'all, earlier this year, this crazy homeless man almost bashed in my window, dented my car with his fist, screaming at me, like, as I sat there at an intersection here in Houston. It's like they're everywhere. And they need to be appropriately, humanely dealt with. Like, we can deal with this as a society. We do not need to live like this anymore. And I hope that Donald Trump puts a spotlight on mental health, puts a spotlight on drug addiction, and really tries to get these cities cleaned up, because it's been chaos for far too long. And let the Daniel Penny case be a lesson to all of you men out there. It's time to step up and defend your fellow citizens from lunatic, psychopath, mentally ill drug addicts like Jordan Neely, who, again, had been tormenting people for years on New York City subways. All right, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in the next one. That will be done. Bye.